meeting of council for Wednesday, March 27th, 2026. I'd like to start this meeting off in a good way by acknowledging that we're gathered on the Treaty 8 First Nations territory, the long-standing presence of the elders and the ancestors of Treaty 8, and that through this acknowledgement that we extend recognition and respect to the BC Treaty 8 First Nations and all of those who call the Peace Country home. I'd like to start off by recommending the council adopt the agenda for this evening's meeting. Can I get a seconder? Seconded by Councillor Wall, thank you. Discussion regarding tonight's agenda. I'm going to call the question then. All those in favor? And that is unanimous and carried. Item number 4, adoption agenda. I'd like to move that council approve the minutes for the date of May 13th, 2026. Can I get a seconder? Seconded by Councillor Johnston. Discussion regarding the minutes. I'm going to call the question in. All those in favor? And that is unanimous and carried. Introduction of late items, there's none. Public hearings, none. Moving on to delegations. Glenda is here from STARS. It's so lovely to see you again.
Thank you very much.
I'm
very
pleased
to be here and see you.
Yeah.
Okay, so got lots of new information as always. First and foremost, want to thank each and every one of you for 19 years in partnership with STARS. 19 years and many, many lives saved over that time frame. 40 years of being in service, more than 63,000 missions flown in that time frame. Most importantly, always maintaining a charitable model, meaning there's no bill to the patient. STARS is quite possibly an anomaly in the world, that there is nothing else like it, this model. So, and it's all because of partnership. So we thank you for 19 years in partnership. So Dr. Greg Powell, he was the founder of STARS. You know, there was a young woman in rural southern Alberta that she had just had a newborn baby and she was not able to make it to tertiary care in time and bled to death. And this greatly disturbed him, and that was the beginning of STARS. He said something has to be done. And that was his vision of being able to start to enhance critical care in the rural areas. Unfortunately, before we could celebrate last year his 40 years of legacy, we lost Dr. Powell in April of last year. And it was very devastating to our team when we were planning so many wonderful celebrations to celebrate him and his vision. So we decided as a team that we are collectively now focused on the next 40 years, finding sustainable funding, changing things around, continuing to be leaders in innovation so that we can continue to enhance what we can bring to the rural areas. So we are now under the leadership of Dr. John Fro. He's the new president and CEO of STARS. He is not new to STARS though. He has been with STARS 13 years. He was previously our chief medical officer for all 6 bases in 3 provinces across Western Canada. So I assure you, we are in very good hands as we move forward and look forward to the next 40 years. As far as operating costs are up about $800,000 per base. So we are now at $36.6 million per year for the 3 bases in Alberta, which is Calgary, Edmonton, and Grand Prairie. We service all of northern BC from the Grand Prairie base and southeastern BC from the Calgary base. We do have still in place block funding of $15 million per year from the Alberta government. This represents 41% of operational costs, which does mean that we still have to fundraise each year 59% of $36.6 million. Not an easy task. We have our very beloved Alberta Lottery, which just finished a couple of months ago, and that is one of the mainstays of that 59% of operational cost. Usually generating, it was down this year, but usually generating somewhere between $11 and $12 million net. So that's a significant, undertaking and also a significant sustainable piece of that operational funding. We have long time, it's in its 33rd year, we have long time people that are dedicated to ensuring that they get their lottery ticket every year. And when you look at the idea of everyone coming together and doing something, and it almost pays for one base, that's pretty significant on a group effort. Of course, now, 80% of all our missions, number one is cardiac, followed by vehicle incident, and then other medical, which would include stroke, as well as trauma. So 80% of everything we do every day is very high level intensive critical care. We also carry blood on board. I previously presented to you that we have universal blood. Previously, more than 10 years now, we were carrying 2 units of blood, but we've seen so many high level cases, trauma cases, where patients are at very high risk of bleeding out. So we're now increased carrying 4 units of blood on board. As well as last year, I did talk to you about the new massive hemorrhage protocol. So this is a new medication now, where when we have these kind of high risk patients, after they've received the first 2 units of blood, so they have something to build on, we can apply this new medication that helps these types of patients to build blood clots, followed by the second 2 units of blood while we're en route to tertiary care. So it is a game changer for these very high risk patients. We are seeing very positive results. As well, we carry the thrombolytics for heart attack or stroke. And of course, we have very highly specialized equipment on board. As you can see in the photo, it is very much an airborne intensive care unit environment, coming to the scene of in anywhere that we can bring that hospital environment with all of the critical care equipment as well as our crew's expertise. All 10 helicopters in our new fleet are identically equipped. So that's an important factor as well. When you are in very high level, intense cases, and we rotate our helicopters depending on what ones may be in maintenance or coming up to, mandatory scheduled maintenance. So it's important that our working environment for our crew is identical in every helicopter. Of course, this is a key factor, especially throughout your area as well, is the fact that STARS is borderless. All 10 helicopters, all crew members cross all bases across all 4 provinces in Western Canada. So it's really critical, especially with mass casualty incident. We responded last year in June to the rock slide incident out of Banff. Over the last 6 or 7 years, there has been some very high-level significant mass casualty incidents in every province across Western Canada. And we have been able to provide interprovincial multiple helicopter response at each one of these. So again, another really key aspect of what STARS can bring to the table. This is a 5-year overview within Peace River Regional District for STARS missions. So 85 in total over the last 5 years. You'll see that it points to 2 missions that were very in or near Coos-Coupee. We are changing to a different data model and set that is honing in more specifically by using actual landing location. So I think you're going to see what I've seen so far in the next update is there'll be more that are identified as specifically to Coos-Coupee. So I think some were, coded by the pilots as being near a possible another community. But now when we're using the actual landing location, I think you're going to see a significant increase in being identifying those that are directly in your area. So out of that, as I said, we're always coding to the nearest community, and we're looking forward to having this more specific to really identify where the landings were. Of course, as well, we are very grateful to take advantage of the latest in technology, and so now we're able to also provide virtual care to rural hospitals. So this is another game changer, a key component, because our STARS transport physicians, they are the precedent of critical care. And they work in all the tertiary care centers, but they are available through our emergency link center 24/7. So even if the helicopter might be out on another mission and all of a sudden a smaller rural hospital is presented with a really serious critical case or a trauma patient and they need some help, you know, they don't intubate every day like we do, these types of things. Our transport physicians can provide not only medical guidance but procedural guidance as well and guide them virtually. It's just like FaceTiming, but using a very secure link so that your physicians and nurses can actually show our transport physicians the condition of the patient, what they're doing, and really guide them along. So this is another advancement in critical care in the rural centers. Of course, I'm always happy to bring to you about information about the Air Medical Transport Conference, the simulation competition, a very high-level simulation competition. This is worldwide. So like services, like STARS throughout the world, will send a team of 2 to compete each year at this very rigorous competition. Most of those services are for-profit, unlike STARS, that we are a charitable model. We always host. I just was able to attend the one out of Grand Prairie here a couple of weeks ago for the competition to see who would be winning that competition in order to go to the final one, which is next week in Edmonton, of each team of 2 from every 6 bases. And they will compete against each other for the final team of 2 that have the honor to represent STARS on the international stage. So this is last year, October 28th. It was our 23rd year that we've participated. 23 years straight, our STARS team has placed top 3 in the world all 23 years. And once again, for the 9th time, they also took first place last year on October 28th. So we are very proud of our crew members. We're very proud of the very high-level critical care that they bring throughout this northern region. And we are proud to serve your residents. So this is going to show you where we're at now with the municipal funding across Alberta, as well as including Peace River Regional District. So currently we have 95% of Alberta is in partnership. This shows you the light gray as those that are currently, they have become partners on the program, but they're currently under the minimum $2 per capita rate that we would request. But I have presented graduated proposals to each one of them for consideration through their council term that incrementally they will get to $2 per capita. Now that represents everybody that is above $2 per capita, which includes Peace River Regional District. We call these our regional leaders because they are the ones providing sustainable funding. The teal will show you those that are currently represented on the STARS helicopter, including Peace River Regional District for 19 years now. That you are provincial leaders, that you are providing $170,000 per year collectively from all the districts within Peace River Regional District. We've just renewed our commitment for another 3 years, and we thank you for that. That is providing the really sustainable foundation that we require. We just confirmed 2 of our provincial leaders, Saddle Hills County as well as MD of Greenview, have just now on this council term approved a $1 million gift each over the 4 years.
Oh, wow.
So we are getting some significant funding. They're understanding that not only is fuel cost rising, medical supply costs are rising, but the more missions you fly, then it's a domino effect with everything else goes up as well. So we are very grateful for these, and we're going to have 3 more provincial leaders that will have logo unveilings this year. In a couple of weeks, Special Areas is going to be having a logo unveiling, followed by Mountain View County, and then Foothills County as well. So again, this is very much a united effort. And finally, the red outlines, including Peace River Regional District, once again. This shows complete regional partnerships. Since I presented to you last year, we have added 17 more counties that have complete partnerships, meaning that every town and village that is in their boundaries is also supporting STARS annually along with their county. 17 more we've added just in the last year. So this is unspeakably the best opportunity of showing united effort to ensure that we're here for the next 40 years to serve your residents. And always remembering that your residents have access to STARS at no cost to them all across Western Canada, wherever they may travel across Western Canada where we have the 6 bases. So in closing, I want to say thank you very much for your 19 years in partnership with STARS. We thank you because together you are helping us to not only save lives, we are saving families, and we are saving futures. I don't think there's anything better than that, the united effort that we continue to do together. And with that, I want to present to you a token of our esteemed, humble thank you that we hope you'll find somewhere that you can show your residents that your partnership with STARS is ensuring
In front of the
their
flags,
safety.
or should we?
That's wonderful. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Glenda. Well, we'll get a photo and then scooch this a little bit. I was holding things out.
How lovely.
Okay. You want to move this chair? Yes, I know. It gets a bit tight whenever we're in here. Duncan's just getting.
Sorry.
Nope, no worries.
He's CAO, he's photographer.
Yeah.
Oh, right on. Even His Majesty smiling in the background there.
Wonderful. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you so much, Glenda.
Yes, well, thank you for 19 years of partnership.
17 more. Good for you. My
Well,
gosh.
This is my 20th year with STARS.
Yeah. I was quite a.
I don't know where 20 years went.
Yeah. Which Air Force this or circumstance?
No, this, I'm not sure. I'm thinking this is somewhere in northern Alberta, maybe, somewhere.
Yeah.
All the partners are there with all,
Yeah.
you know. But I thought it was a good photo
Yeah.
that
I love it.
it's the same that it could be anywhere. It could be right here. you
Yes.
know,
The
but
fields
you've got-
and the roads are
yeah,
the
you've
same.
got
Yeah.
all the-
Well, thank you so much. You
know,
know, you yourself are leaving quite the legacy with STARS because I know it's
Thank
you
you for that.
spend a lot of time traveling around advocating. I know for PRD. I look forward to seeing you every year. You come out here every year, and so just a huge thank you to you and your team. That you're still advocating, still fighting the fight, still always seeing opportunity to make it better. So, and fantastic job. Such wonderful news that you've gotten even more provincial partners, you've gotten even more counties that are taking part, and within those regional borders, that's phenomenal news.
It really is the united effort, you know, it speaks volumes, right? And it's something I think that all of us together should be very proud of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, James.
I just have a curiosity from the map, a couple of slides back. It's not really important. I was just curious. So the National Park Service doesn't support aid?
No, because we are considered a provincial program. So we have government funding from all 3 provinces that we have bases, right? So Saskatchewan, we have high-level relationships with each one of those health authorities as well in order to operate within their provinces. So,
Quite a few STARS incidents happening in Jasper and Banff and within the national parks.
And there may be a time in the future where we will continue, like right now, at a much higher level than myself. They are having discussions, you know, as far as indigenous and those kind of things, you know, on how we can work together more. So I think it's a matter of time coming, but right now I'm really trying to close the loop on every rural area, and I'm working on approaching the smaller rural cities. So like we just recently, in the last couple of years, we added City of Brooks to, like, previously City of Grand Prairie is the only city in the entire province that has been supporting STARS since the day we opened our base.
Really?
So City of Grand Prairie, who's represented on the helicopter as well, they're a provincial leader. Then we added City of Brooks, and then now I just got confirmation from City of Wetaskiwin a couple of years ago, and then just recently, City of Camrose. So I'm concentrating more on that to continue to build that solid partnership before we would approach like the metropolitan areas as well.
Yes.
Make them all teal.
Make them all teal. That is the mission.
That is the mission, there you go. Or all outlined in red is
Yes.
the first mission.
Yeah. No, very,
So
very
the little
good.
dots that you'll see, these are different towns within, even like, say, this county is giving at the less than $2, but the towns all came on board as regional leaders.
Yeah.
So that kind of gives you an idea. This represents Drumheller because it's its own municipality. Peace River up there, and this is in Yellowhead County that is not currently supporting, but I'm continuing to work with them.
Yeah,
But this
good.
represents town in Edson and Hinton that have been 20-year supporters.
Wow.
So
Wow.
you can see, we are building a lot more. And
Yes.
if they're solid or if they are outlined in red, that just means every town and village is supporting.
Yeah.
So,
No, that's
I
phenomenal.
appreciate that. Sorry for the question there about the parks and.
no, that's fine. Like, it's a valid question, and we'll work towards that. But I think we have a better leg to stand on if we have solid partnership.
Absolutely.
Yep. Any other questions for Glenda, gentlemen? Wow. Yes,
I
calendars
brought
as
you
well.
a calendar. I
Thank
brought you
you.
a newsletter and
Yes.
one for your fire department, please.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Give them our love and
Yes.
kudos because they keep everybody safe and help us
Thank
so
you.
that, on scene.
Yeah, no, thank you so much.
Really appreciate that.
And it was fantabulous seeing you. Have a safe travels home.
Thank you. I'll see you again in October.
You will. That's right.
Well, thank you, and thank you,
Yeah, thank
Jimmy,
you. Yes.
for all your help. I really appreciate it. It's always so great to see each
Yes.
one of you.
Safe travels, Glenda. Thank you so
Have a
much.
wonderful summer.
Yes,
thank
you
you.
as
Me
well.
too.
Thank you. All right, see you soon.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, I'm moving on. Unfinished business and business rising from the minutes, there's none. Moving on to 9.1. Is this all 3 different options, or is this all the options read in one?
Yeah, beg your pardon, your worship. Basically, there's 2 recommendations that are lumped into one. I might see an error on my version of the agenda that has the recommendation duplicated, like I read twice, but the recommendation is to approve the MOU
Yeah.
and to authorize us to sign.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yes, Councillor Walton.
May I read it?
Oh, please.
Okay. The council approved the Iron Wolf Athletics Memorandum of Understanding and Amendment Agreement, and further that council authorize the mayor and chief administrative officer to execute the agreement on behalf of the village of Muscogee.
Can I get a second? Seconded by Councillor Johnston. Thank you. Any discussion? Councillor Ravel?
So this comes out of us just this council seeking more specific information on kind of what's been contributed to the facility through this MOU. But then that leads to, in the MOU, we'll have to of course work with this nonprofit and discuss with them on this agreement. So has that approach been made? What does that trajectory look like for this amendment?
Mr. Malcolmson?
Thank you, your worship. I did connect with TJ on Friday and on Monday this week just to see if he liked this approach. He was certainly appreciative to hear council's decision to waive the fees for this year, and also is, if I don't want to speak for him too much, but direct quote from him was that he really believes in transparency and accountability and is totally in agreement with an amendment that supports greater record keeping on site. So he's
I kind of figured that he would get it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yes.
So my last piece would be then we're within our rights to amend this agreement and send it back, and that this is something that we can do and move forward with.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
there we go. That's all I'm gonna say.
Any other questions? I may call the question, then all those in favor? And that is unanimous and carried. Thank you. Moving on to item 9.2.
That staff be directed to incorporate and study the location. 9.2.
Yep.
For speed bump requests.
Yeah, you chose yeah, these are from the last report, sorry.
Yeah.
Speed bump requests, 9.2, that staff be directed to incorporate and study the location of permanent speed bumps as a component of the transportation master plan / capital improvement plan.
Any seconder? Seconded by Councillor Wall. Yes, Mr. Malcolmson?
Your worship, this is arguably Duncan being annoying, because Duncan, we already gave you clear direction at the last meeting, you know? Which is very true. You know, I just mentioned at the last meeting, that I was gonna get back to a couple of residents about where their requests stood. And I wanted to make sure that it was crystal clear the council's direction was that this was to be incorporated into transport master plan / capital improvement plan for roads and sidewalks. I know you folks all said it, but I just wanted to make it clear that we're gonna hold on those requests until that work is done. So.
Yes, Councillor Rebel.
My understanding is that in the past, we did speed bumps very ad hoc based off of complaints. That was a lot of they're going in, they're coming out, they're damaging the road and all this, and then they cause issues in the winter. I think we should explore the potential for permanent speed bumps, such as elevated crosswalks, elevated intersections, traffic calming measures. I think that's a better way to go. And as previously, council, not unanimously, but regardless, approved the disposal of some of the speed bumps, so we're already on a tight end there. But anyways, I think this would be a valid thing to do going forward. The ad hoc way wasn't working well. However, I do understand that residents have some valid concerns regarding folks going way too fast. There's definitely several streets that folks are absolutely gunning down, and we have very wide roads. So people should be more reasonable when they travel, of course.
Yes, Councillor Wall.
So my perspective on this is yes, we should definitely be looking into future permanent solutions. But for the time being, I don't think that should limit us on continuing with the temporary solutions at key locations. So in the last 5 years-ish, I've noticed that there are 3 areas where speed bumps have been installed every year until this year. One being in front of the elementary school on 52nd Ave.
Okay.
The other being on 52 Street, I think that would be between Highway 2 and the industrial zone there at 52 Ave. And the other one being on this stretch of right here in front of the village office, basically.
Yeah, so I think what we'll do is we'll approve the current motion that's on the floor, and then I was gonna make that alternate motion directing specific installation, and then that's when we'll kind of talk about those areas.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I was reading the report,
Yeah,
and I
no.
noticed that,
That's good.
well, 2 of the 3 locations I've seen every year are right there. So
That's my ignorance perhaps, but I'm glad I did this report then, because I didn't want to be ignorant of the past, right? And I wanted to, if there was stuff that we're missing, I'm very happy to take that direction from you guys.
give it a week, you'll get a request for 1 more street.
I know, that's the issue, right? It's a bit of a can of worms, so I just wanted to make sure that there is, clarity on both sides here so that we can move forward properly.
Okay, so we're gonna start with the original recommendation, so I'm gonna call the question then. All those in favor? That's unanimous and carried. Let's put the motion on the floor that staff be directed to install speed bumps at the following locations in front of our elementary school and all parks with 30 zones.
I'll second it to bring it to the floor.
Yes, Councilor.
So the elementary school and the various parks that we've got around, there would be some other streets that would definitely be needing them as well. And this is where it opens the can of worms.
Yeah.
Some it's bad, some it's this, and anyways. 52nd heading up, I've heard elevator could be kind of a hassle as well, and then up in Oaksville there's one as well. So should we?
Are you thinking those long stretches of road?
Yeah.
Where people generally go, like I live on, so elevator is partly dirt though, right? Is that right? And so I don't know if we can install it in gravel, that's kind of the issue.
I don't understand that it's very practical. The advice I have is that we can't really.
Yeah, that was my understanding as well. So that leaves a very short section of the road, quite close to the highway. So that's the issue we've run into with elevator quite often. Yes.
Should we be so specific with every specific location? Do we have to do it that way, or can we empower staff to implement it based off of requests and just kind of do a one-shot deal? Just throwing it out there, right?
I do like the idea of empowering staff, just because I think our public works guys would definitely know.
Well, they know where it is, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes,
Yeah.
Ms. Malkinson.
It's a fair point, and that authority does exist under the resolution that you guys passed in July 2023. You guys did pass a vote that said, recommendation of staff and public works.
Okay, yeah.
In this case, though, I think there's kind of hesitation on the staff side about drilling in to the roads, et cetera, and if you folks have general areas on a temporary basis until we actually get the transport master plan done, I'm happy to take that and then we can implement properly. As far as like the exact longitude and latitude, but the resolution as it's been identified.
6 inches too far.
That's why, I was thinking very, standard makes sense,
Yep.
parks and schools.
Like a policy level kind of wording.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
yeah, that's why I sort of went directly there, was parks and schools, they made the most sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would prefer if we added one other location, because vehicles, when we lived in that neighborhood across.
Oh, yes, they try to race the semis around the
They
corner.
try to, instead of coming around the highway, they'll see somebody very slow coming down the highway, might be a big rig or a windmill blade or something. They'll race right through that neighborhood, through the industrial zone and try to cut them off.
I have heard of that too, actually, that,
And the speed bumps have been, I've seen some fun moments
yeah.
with those.
And the street, is that 52nd?
I believe that is 52nd Street.
And so you folks are thinking right off the turn there, 50, not by the Redwood, but the one further to the east.
The one further to the east of the
Yes.
Redwood, where people
Yeah.
come right through there and they go straight through the industrial zone.
Okay, so northbound and southbound, right at the intersections where the stop signs are, is what you guys are.
Yeah.
That's where they've been in the past.
But I can pass that along. Perhaps the resolution then would be bypasses to Highway 2 near
Yeah.
52nd Ave or something.
Okay,
I know the one up in Dokesville that goes from the water tower racing down the hill. Folks do it
well,
there.
that's one of those areas where it's bypassing Highway 2, that's why you just mentioned that.
Sure. So, and this is a fun exercise because, oh boy, some people love them, some people don't like them. So I guess we have to be solid with it. But
As
those,
long as we don't go crazy with them.
yeah,
It was to the point where there was up to 8
Every
on
block,
every single
yeah.
street,
Yeah.
and I had to replace my shocks and struts in my car twice. And I'm not barreling down the roadway, but it's hard on your car.
Well, how many blocks do we have here? We've got 1, 2.
Railway, they're coming out of the ground again, the speed bumps. I see they.
the railway speed
pushing
bumps.
up again.
Yeah.
It's broken through the asphalt.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
Is that the rail ties?
Yeah.
Yeah.
those are bad.
So, in my
Oh, car's big on
motion,
that.
I would like it specifically say, schools, parks, and then any potential bypass routes off of Highway 2 that people could speed down to beat people on the highway.
Understood. Probably gonna zero in on 52nd.
Yes.
Zeroing in on 52nd and,
And
That water
is
tower road.
that 57th up there?
It's 57, yeah.
52nd Street and 57th Avenue specifically.
Sure.
All right,
Right there.
and who seconded that? You did? You
I'll
still-
second that, and I'll second the amendment.
Okay.
And then, does that still empower staff if there's really a situation where somebody, let's say on railway or somewhere else, is just absolutely gunning it? We can
Yeah,
also-
because we empowered them in that 2023.
Already empowered, okay?
We don't, speed bumps probably aren't our preference, we probably wouldn't wanna go hog, on the staff side, and this is part of why we wrote the report, cause we suspect that council might not feel the same way about it, there might be a political kinda, sorry Duncan, you're doing this, which is totally fine, but, our objections are,
Let's not go hog
concerns.
wild.
Yeah.
not go hog wild, don't wanna, the drilling into the roads can cause erosion or, challenges over time. We had advice, I think, from emergency services to, try to, help transit through the community.
Yeah.
It can aggravate patients a little bit. And, it's, there's a few different challenges associated with them. So anyhow, we don't, this is kind of why we wrote the report, because we suspected that, council might have their own political prerogatives on this, and we're happy to take that direction.
I think that what we currently have there is a really good meeting in the middle. It's the identified areas, it's mainly the, 52nd, which we've heard a lot about, and then schools and parks.
Right.
So I think that leaves a lot of room for if emergency services come out, they can bypass those areas on purpose, so they're not hitting the speed bumps where before they were unmissable.
It gives us some good hints on what you folks might want to prioritize
Yeah.
as, permanent speed bumps when the transport master plan actually comes out, or traffic calming.
Or other traffic, they don't necessarily need to be permanent speed bumps, but like 50 seconds, for example.
Yeah.
There's that intersection, as soon as you come through, there's a stop sign, people don't stop.
They just go
Yeah.
right through.
And they race, especially when they're trying to
To beat
beat
standing,
the
yeah.
highway traffic, so.
Yeah.
Like that intersection there, maybe it's not a speed bump long term, maybe it's like a little traffic circle in the middle of the intersection. And, you know, you
Something
just
that's
kinda
slow.
have to slow, you can go around it, it's level, but you're gonna go slow around it.
Yeah.
Traffic.
Yeah. It's a random
Sorry.
little donut.
That's good.
My last point, I appreciate the conversation. This is for safety because I've heard a lot of horror stories and I appreciate this conversation. Thanks, folks.
Okay, my fellow question, then all those in favor? And that is unanimous and carried. Wonderful. Thank you very much, gentlemen. All right, 9.3.
That council approve the proposed 2026 UBCM convention ministry meeting discussion topics as presented and assign attendees.
Second.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Rebel. So again, we have the five. We have the Minister of Infrastructure, Finance, Transport and Transit, Ministry of Housing and Municipal Affairs, and the Ministry of Health. So, I know I was going through, by the way, Mr. Malcolmson, you did a fantastic job on the attachment by the way, Jimmy, you did a fantastic job on the attachment. Jimmy, you're killing it, and I'm gonna cry myself to sleep when you're not here anymore. Jimmy's all
His internship stuff.
his internship
This is,
stuff.
third to last
I
name.
thought we hired her for like 10 years.
I wish. The state
Intern
do
for life.
And so, fantastic job, Jimmy. You absolutely killed it. I found it very easy to read. There were a couple of things in there I know that we had brought up for the meetings that I'm not sure if we still want to continue with, or if you guys are still happy with all of them. I know the Ministry of Health, there it is. Yes, there's that mental health thing from Dawson Creek. I'm fine with all of them. I'm fine with everybody coming as long as everybody's well behaved.
I think we were very productive last year at UBCM
Yeah.
with the Ministry of Health, or not Health, Ministry of Transportation.
Transportation, yeah.
I would like to be a part of that meeting.
Yeah, definitely.
Health might be smarter to leave me out.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with going to all of these, and, talking about these points. I might whittle them down a little bit before then, just because you only get 15 minutes, and sometimes I feel like I'm talking like a chipmunk, because I'm trying to get so many things in. So I'll probably whittle it down a little bit closer to the time. I'm fine with the topics as basically just this is the ideas, and then we'll fine tune them into really formidable prior, but I'm quite comfortable. How's everybody else feel? How are you feeling?
I like them. They're broad enough topics. They're specific enough that they address the current issues. They're broad enough that we've got room to talk. Let's throw our hat at these five and see where it lands, see if we can get meetings. Obviously, the mayor would be the primary, and then we've got folks there in attendance as well that can, attend these meetings. So I think it's a great approach.
It's going to be nuts. So the PRRD currently is looking at 13 minister meetings. So it might be, some of them I might not be at, and it might be you guys, because I can't be everywhere all at once. Yes.
If I may, if we're assigning people to them, I feel I could do a lot of very positive work with the Ministry of Housing, Municipal Affairs, as well as the Ministry of Transportation.
I don't feel a super need to assign anybody. You're all welcome to come.
Okay.
If you want to come. If you don't.
I don't-
And then for some of them, I won't be able to go anyway, because I'll probably be in PRD meetings. So ones that I feel that you guys will be just fine at, I probably won't go to, because I'll be at other meetings. And Duncan will hold you through all of them. Right, Duncan? Oh, no?
I'm joking. I'll be happy to support. We do have Pooskoopy has one of the rotating seats on a PRA bilateral
Yes.
meeting with the province at UBCM. So unfortunately, that will
It's gonna-
probably drag me down there.
That's gonna take up a lot of your time, so, no, I totally get it.
Or fortunately.
It's an important thing.
I'd rather stay.
Yeah, I was like, he'd rather stay. All right, I'm gonna call the question, then all those in favor? And that is unanimous and carried, wonderful. All right, so I have the legacy project pictures here for us to choose through. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna take a 10-minute break,
Oh,
and then we're gonna pick them. I'd like to start just sort of rounding you all out. As you all know, every year we do the legacy project with the students in the grade 6-7 class at the Pooskippi Elementary School. Last year we did a very fond Flora of Color theme. This year we're doing the history of Pooskippi. So the class has given us some incredible drawings. The image this year will be black.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know, I'm looking at it twice.
It'll be black, white, and grayscale.
I thought it was
No, this is a hand drawing.
Your
This is,
worship, who did that?
well, I can't say her name.
Sorry.
She is in grade 7.
let them
And
know they did fantastic.
I physically saw her drawing it, so I know that she drew it. I went into the classroom at the Pooskippi Elementary School about 2 weeks ago. I did a 2-hour presentation to the students on the history of Pooskippi. The staff phenomenally provided me tons of photos and pictures. The students were incredibly engaged. They did not realize that the amazing hub that Pooskippi used to be. Everybody always thinks it was Dawson Creek first, not Pooskippi, but it was not. It was Pooskippi first. We matter. And they had a lot of fun with it. And so then from there, they selected a couple of historical buildings and then hand drew them in black, white, and grayscale. So we're gonna take some time. We're gonna take 10 minutes. We're gonna pick our picture. I know it's mind-boggling. She's 12.
She's 12.
And
better than I could do.
Did you, that wasn't like AI?
no, that was
Draw me a building?
That was literally her. Yeah, no. So, we're gonna take a break. So, thanks, Jimmy. We'll be right back.